No matter how much you feel like you're prepared for something, it never happens on your time. Like when you think you're ready, like it's supposed to happen. It always happens when it's supposed to happen. Because the period that you feel ready and people are not acknowledging the material the way you feel like they should because it's good, is the time that you actually develop skin thick enough to survive when it does work.
You gotta keep learning. You gotta, be open for everything.
You learn from the perception of people that you deal with, how to judge people. I think how to judge people. I'm never really gonna know because I can't get inside of your head or the next person's head. But I have to be very perceptive of what this person his main objective is in terms of trying to be my friend or trying to get close to me because of other circumstances. I think I must put up a bigger or tougher screen for other people to get closer to me.
A lot of us are in the circumstances when it's starting where there ain't no plan B. Shit gotta work. Don't work, what's gonna happen?
It's always about getting better, improve yourself. There's gonna be a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Who cares? You do your job, you go back home, you don't worry about the outcome. You only worry about what you can control, which is your effort and your attitude.
I've looked at every experience that I've had, negative and positive, and taken that as a positive. If I wouldn't change anything because I think it would alter some of the other things that happened. So when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or without bad.
I think the things you go through make you who you are. I don't regret those things. I don't regret them because I don't think I'd be who I am today if I wasn't exposed to those situations. If you ask me, those are unfortunate situations that I've had to experience. And if I had a choice, I would have definitely went in a different direction. I might have wanted to go to school for business instead of having to go through this portion of my life.
My coach told me if you want to be great, you gotta be different, So I'm just trying to do stuff that no one else does, and study a little bit more than them, and so I can become better than them. Because, at the end of the day, I want to be as best as I can be,
We learn as we move forward, and we learn from the past, and we try to project the future. Where are we going to be in 20, 21 years? I don't know, which is the beauty of, creativity. But we're going to keep striving, trying to get things better and better. That comes from learning over the past 20 years and 21 years, and we're going to keep trying to turn it around and make it happen for the next 20 years.
So I was ready in 97.
Right.
And I didn't have a major record company marketing to promote my project till 2003. So for that time period, I had to run on my own energy. I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it, regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance. Because they don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire, yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself, to the point that you can become good enough. Like from 97, like when I started writing, it was full time. Like every day I was writing music because I had no choice. If I was gonna stop hustling, then how was I gonna provide or continue the lifestyle that I created for my son's mom, my son, and myself?
It takes more than skills to be great. That's what people don't understand. You can be the most skillful person on earth, still don't make the NBA. The NBA is not about skills. It takes way more to be. Consistency. LeBron James, 20 years in the league. When you think about LeBron, you think about consistency. He's been great for 20 years. Think about MJ, Edge, about getting better, obsession. Kobe, obsession. Steph, KD, man, it's not just skills. People think it's not just skills. But the thing that makes me a step further than people is the obsession and the discipline I have towards the game, not my skills.
A lot of these guys that I'm playing with now never really experienced when Chicago Stadium was only 6,500 people watching the game. That builds camaraderie between friends, players, coaches, and stuff like that. That to rebuild or to start over or to have that with someone else, you basically have to go through the same processes. You can't skip steps to earn that type of respect. You got to go through all the disappointments that a relationship must go through.
If I'm sitting here with you a year from now, 2 years from now, and they're like, you did it, you're a billionaire, I'm gonna still be saying, yeah, but I got another idea. I got a new idea. And it's what I think is representation of a person who's truly ambitious. Because ambition isn't a learned behavior, it's a part of your natural character, and you'll always find something to be passionate about, or a new goal, or a new... You see guys sell companies $5-6 billion and go, yeah, okay, now what's the next?
You gotta think outside the box, and you always gotta be a kid. Kid use their fantasy. Like, you can see a kid being creative and playing with 2 rocks and playing around with them. But when you're a kid, you always want to learn. You always want to learn. You ask questions. You ask questions every time. Why do I do this?
I don't want to look so far in the future that, I'm pressed to live out a certain schedule. My life has always been, and my motto has always been to live it day by day, and not try to think so far in advance that you kind of forget about the present. I want to live for the present at this particular time.
And the reason that I've been able to, play in the high level is that I'm always in the present. I always want to be better. Even when I fail and I learn and I become better. So I can't lose in life. When you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this in the past. I want that in the past. And when I focus in the future, it's my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I do this and this and this. I'm going dominant. That's your pride talking. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you're right here. And I kind of try to focus in the, in the moment, in the present. And that's humility. That's being humble. That's not setting no expectation. That's going out there, enjoying the game, competing at a high level.